And tonight also Pakistan faces, Islamabad continues to heat up. Imran Khan has threatened to storm the Prime Minister's house if Nawaz Sharif does not resign. Tariq-ul-Qadri has promised his followers that accountability will be ensured for the corrupt rulers. It's all adding up, and it explains, the weird stance taken by the Pakistani government and their U-turns in the last 24 to 48 hours. Joining us tonight, Zafar Hilaili, former Pakistan ambassador to the US from Karachi. From Islamabad, we have Syed Tariq Pirzada, strategic affairs analyst. Barrister Zafrullah Khan, who's the president of the Watan Party, is joining us from Lahore. So we're linking up three Pakistani cities, Karachi, Islamabad and Lahore. And we are linking up from Delhi, General Shankar Prasad, Maruf Raza, and the former High Commissioner to Pakistan, G. Parthasarathy. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, let's begin. So, Mr. Zafar Hilaili, your country is under siege. Mr. Hilaili, your country is under siege. You have a huge political standoff. Tens of thousands of supporters of those who are against the government have entered the high security red zone. Imran Khan has been threatening to storm the Prime Minister's house. Now, at such a time, it would have been better. Mr. Hilaili, it would have been better than instead of trying to do this act of provocation, we can talk about fostering better ties with India would have been in your best interest.
Mr. Hilaili, it would have been better than instead of trying to do this act of provocation, we can talk about fostering better ties with India would have been in your best interest.
Go ahead. Go ahead with your reply, sir. I think we have an echo going there.
I see that your pathological hatred for Pakistan and everything Pakistani is still there, Arnab. Keep it up. Apparently, it's going down well with India.
Sir, I have no pathological hatred for you.
I want to tell you is you should be very happy there is democracy in Pakistan. We are thrilled that so many people can march peacefully and protest against what is happening and demand the resignation of the Prime Minister. At one time you're unhappy that there is dictatorship, then when it's democracy you're not happy.
So the point is slightly different.
The trouble with you is you can't make up your mind.
The point is slightly different.
Except to have mindless attitudes towards Pakistan. Suddenly Manmohan Singh thought Kashmiris who we were meeting are now your traitors. It seems you allow your traitors to run about free everywhere. I don't know what you are up to, quite frankly, but this kind of hate must be pretty destructive.
Mr. Hilaili, thank you for your compliments. No, thank you for your compliments. However, I have no pathological hatred for you. Neither do I want to engage. Neither do I want to engage in the senseless series of personal attacks with you. You are elder to me. I have personal regard for you, and I don't want to end up, having this verbal bashing match with you. I thought at least for a change today, you might want to argue factually, and I have been inviting all Pakistani guests to argue factually over the last few days. Now, Mr. Hilaili. Well, I hope Mr. Hilaili can hear me there. Syed Tariq, please.
Nothing has changed with you. How can it change with me? When you change, I'll change. Try it.
Well, Mr. Syed Tariq Pirzada, and I let the Indian interlocutors come in because all of you terribly complain when you are cornered that it is because you've not had enough of an opportunity to speak. So I want to take away that part of your argument. My point is, Mr. Pirzada, we are linking what is happening in Pakistan today, and I can show our viewers some of the pictures of what's happening in Pakistan and link it with what's, the strange line that you have taken vis-a-vis the Hurriyat suddenly. Because it occurs to me, Mr. Pirzada, and those are live pictures that are coming in from Islamabad, where the army sometime back broke its silence and has publicly urged both the government and the protesting political parties to exercise restraint and find a way out of the crisis through dialogue. What Mr. Hilaili mistakenly thinks is an expression of democracy is a few political parties who are puppets of the army trying to make a bigger puppet out of Nawaz Sharif. That kind of reality does not go down well with people like Mr. Hilaili. Now, Mr. Pirzada, the same Nawaz Sharif government that did not have a meeting with the Hurriyat in May is very insistent on meeting them in August. Now, it can't be a mere coincidence, can it? That Nawaz Sharif, who came under a lot of criticism from political parties in Pakistan, including from Imran Khan, who's leading these protests today for not meeting separatists during his Delhi visit. Imran Khan told him Why on earth did you go to New Delhi if you did not meet the Hurriyat? Imran Khan is out on the streets against him today. Nawaz Sharif wants to ensure that Imran Khan does not have the same opportunity, and hence has suddenly decided that he needs to bring these, these non-entities called the Hurriyat. Maybe he's paid for their tickets down to Delhi for talks and then make a big issue of it.
So what is the question?
That's the question. The question is to you. If you don't want to answer it, you can say it. If you feel you are
What
in
is the
agreement, you can
question?
correct. The question is
You
this.
gave me a lecture.
The question is very simply this, Mr. Pirzada. The question is, the Nawaz Sharif government came under criticism from Imran Khan for not meeting the Hurriyat in May. Why is he desperate to meet them in August? Please explain that.
Your question does not make any sense. It
Well,
is incoherent. Let me
it's-
get to the point.
the point
Let me get
is-
to the point of what Bassett,
the point
what
is-
Bassett has done and what
Why
you guys
did
deserve.
no, one second.
Here is what it is.
If meeting the Hurriyat is so terribly important,
Why would you interrupt?
No, Mr. Pirzada, one point. If meeting the Hurriyat is so terribly important, if it is the oxygen,
You have
for
not
your-
been able to make yourself clear in the last 2 minutes.
Why did
and your
Nawaz Sharif
speech
not
never
meet?
ends.
Why did Nawaz Sharif not meet the Hurriyat in May?
Well, is that a question?
Yeah, why
That's
didn't
a
he?
ridiculous and moot question.
That's the moot question.
question number one.
That's the moot question.
That's a moot question number one. Number two, Mr. Bassett did the right thing. He represents a sovereign nation, and he was supposed to meet. He was supposed to meet the representatives of the
I don't
people
understand
of
this.
Kashmir, which is an internationally recognized, dispute under the UN,
please.
resolutions.
I think you've run out of arguments because we've been debating this for the last couple of days. Mr.
Well, that's your frivolous opinion.
Mr.
How can you
Hidayat
doesn't make any
understand? You
sense.
don't give a damn about them.
No, we care for the Kashmiri people, and you're not going to delay this issue for forever. You'll be having a very hard time with Pakistan if you don't resume dialogue with Pakistan on the issue of Kashmir.
Sir,
if you delay
I
it
must
any
make an
further,
observation.
Pakistan is tired of India's procrastinatory tactics.
Mr. Pirzada, I would just like to make a small observation that you are so confused today. You are so confused today that you have started debating with Mr. Hilali.
You took 2 minutes to explain yourself, to ask a question, and you still fumbled like
Sir,
the
there is-
government of Mr.
sir, there-
Modi that has
sir, there's-
fumbled on the issue of the talks with the
there's no need.
representatives of the
Sir, there's no
Kashmiri
need.
people.
Sir, there's no need to get personal with me. Why don't you just give me an answer? You are behaving like Abdul Basit.
talking about
Maruf
you
and General
your
Shankar
so-called
Prasad.
intellectuals
No, Maruf
that
and
will
General
be speaking
Shankar
very
Prasad.
shortly.
One second. Maruf and General Shankar
I knew
Prasad.
Maruf will be doing that.
There was.
But you're a very
Arnab.
nice man. I want to get personal. I want to tell you you're a very nice man.
That's all right, Mr. Hilali.
It's
Thank you
when
very
should
much.
Stop acting as a bad man.
Thank you very much. So are you a nice man? You're just a little misguided. Maruf, the question is, Nawaz Sharif had got an offer to meet the Hurriyat leaders in May, and he refused to do so. It's now on record. I have the details with me. When he came for the swearing-in trip of Narendra Modi, he didn't meet them then.
I thought we were going to discuss Bassett's
Arnab,
meeting
it's
with the
Arnab. You see,
representatives of
yes,
my
Kashmiri.
response is
What kind of
Arnab,
question
my
is
response
that?
is as follows, sir. You've spoken. Sir, you've spoken. Now let the others speak. My response is that I think Nawaz Sharif had developed a certain consciousness of the fact that meeting the Hurriyat leaders would derail all the goodwill that he was trying to generate with his
Exactly.
visit to Delhi.
Now
during
we
Mr.
are
Modi's
talking.
swearing in. And I think that was a given
He's answering
in
a
his
prompted
coming in
question.
here. It has not gone down well with the Pakistani establishment, is now well known and not being said by me. It's being said by a whole lot of experts who have been interacting with the Pakistani military for the last 15 years. Most recently, people like Mr. Hussain Haqqani and Christine Fair, who I heard speak in Delhi 2 weeks ago. So clearly there is a problem area between Nawaz Sharif's approach to India and the military's approach. Now, as far as what the High Commissioner has done, and Mr. Hilali has been our ambassador, Pakistan's ambassador to the US.
He knows.
would know what rules of engagement that they are required
Of course
to
he
follow.
does.
Under Article 3E of the
Maruf
Vienna
Raza, you
Conventions
never make
and
any
under
sense on
Article
foreign
9, 1
policy
and
issues.
2, para 1 and 2 of the
never
Vienna
make any
Conventions.
sense on
It is
foreign
very clear.
policy
Please let me
issues.
speak, sir. Please let me speak. Under the Vienna Conventions,
You've
when
already
the head of a
spoken a lot.
mission does not
Arnab,
promote
let's move on
friendly
to the next
ties,
guest.
the host country can send him back. And it is very clear, public opinion in India, political opinion in India, and under Vienna Conventions, Mr. Basit is now overstaying his hospitality. He should be sent back. He has met the Hurriyat when the government has said very clearly
Do that.
it shall not entertain
Do
it.
that.
I don't see any
Hey,
point of
listen,
debate.
do
All
that.
our Pakistani
Sever your
guests over the
relations
last
with
3 years,
Pakistan.
after the
Do it
last
now.
3 debates,
Don't do it tomorrow.
Sir, all the Pakistani
You
guests
guys
over the
are
last 3 days
sabotaging
have been saying the same
peace
thing. It's an
initiative
internationally
from
recognized
Mr.
dispute.
Modi
You
as a
can
part of a
keep
planned
going to
media
town
scheme.
about it. Quite frankly, India doesn't give a damn.
I
And
repeat
if you
the
wish
question.
to threaten us, please threaten us, and we will be able to respond as and when the situation
I
arises.
repeat the question.
There is no further room for negotiation on Kashmir under the barrel of a gun that you point at us. We can
And-
do the same, so
Tell
let's
this
not
to
talk
Mr.
that
And-
language.
and
Period.
let me add to
He
that.
give you an appropriate answer. He wants to talk to Pakistan, and you bunch of guys are a big hurdle. I think he needs to remove all of you.
We're not part of any establishment, sir. Please correct yourself. The question goes, General Shankar Prasad raises his hand, and I'm going to go to Mr. Patsati just after that. Now, point here is very simple.
Oh,
Shankar
another-
Prasad,
when,
When
Mr.
did you discover we were talking to traitors? When did you discover that? Tell me one thing, these Hurriyat people are all traitors.
More recently,
well,
sir,
you never objected
we've known
earlier.
it all along. Unfortunately, Mr. Hilali, we were led by a spineless government who was not able to articulate this fact more aggressively. But things have changed. Your High Commissioner failed to read the mood in India and of the government, and he, having overstepped the limit, is now paying the price.
Well, you know, Mr. Hilali, I wish you had watched our channel more closely. Clearly and evidently you don't. I may also add to you, we have been consistent in calling them traitors, cowards, ISI agents, corrupt on your payrolls. Now, you want me to repeat all that? Then I can. Mr. Hilali, I, however, would like you to, be a little factually correct. I find it strange, General Shankar Prasad, that I asked the Pakistani interlocutors one question for 20 minutes, that why did Nawaz Sharif say to the Hurriyat in May, when they wanted to meet him, when he came for Narendra Modi's swearing in, I have no time for you. Why did Nawaz Sharif tell them, I have no time for you? When they were lining up, they were repeatedly calling the Pakistani High Commission for a meeting. Nawaz Sharif said no.
This is a figment of imagination.
It's not a figment of imagination, it is a fact. Shankar Prasad.
This is a
The answer
figment
is
of
very
your
clear and
imagination.
the answer is very clear. The answer is very clear, sir, and it is
Nawaz
written
Sharif
on the
did
wall.
nothing of the sort.
Mr. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, made certain moves at that time which said clearly and indicated to everybody in the SAARC nation that he wishes to address the economic issues, remove poverty from here. And therefore, Mr. Nawaz Sharif felt that this is a Prime Minister who could assist the Pakistani government and the Pakistani population from removing poverty. Therefore, let me interact with him and let me not vitiate the atmosphere by talking to any separatist members. Therefore, Mr. Nawaz Sharif chose the right decision not to meet them because it was in the interest, the overall interest of the Awam of Pakistan.
Precisely.
That the poverty must be removed. Let us address economic situations. Now the problem arose when the next meeting is scheduled to be held on 25th of August. The situation in Pakistan is deteriorated so terribly that nobody really knows who calls the shot.
Your
And this is
concern
the
for our
time
welfare
I really
is so
sympathize
touching.
with the High
I feel like
Commissioner of
crying.
Pakistan in India to say that he wishes to meet the separatists. I do not know who the High Commissioner is taking orders from. Is he taking orders from the Prime Minister? which doesn't seem like. Is
From
he
the
taking
army.
orders from the military? Well, perhaps.
From the army,
Or is he
General
trying to
Shankar
play
Prasad.
something
Oh,
which
let me answer that
One
part.
more minute.
Let me answer
One more
that
minute.
part.
One more minute.
Let me
Who
answer
is
that part.
responsible?
Let me
Arnab,
answer that part for one
Arnab,
second.
who is responsible?
Arnab, this is such a
Arnab,
terrible
one minute. Let me just
statement.
complete it.
Let
I
me
didn't
just
interfere.
respond to
Just
that.
let me make my point. Arnab,
Forget it.
who is
Yeah, what's the
responsible
point of
for
it?
You
calling
know,
off these
these
talks?
points never end.
Everybody says India decided to call off the talks. My take is, it is not India really who decided to call off the talks. It is Pakistan who decided to call off the talks. When the Indian
Wow,
Foreign Secretary summons the High Commissioner of Pakistan and says that if you meet the separatists, the talks will be called off. And despite that, he meets them. Obviously,
No,
the
it's
guy
a,
who is
it's
wanting
a,
to call off
it's
the
a,
talks
it's
is
a
the Pakistan High
thoroughly,
Commissioner
no, it's a
on
thoroughly,
directions from
it's a,
some
it's
master in Pakistan.
it's a thoroughly, and I now go to Partha.
You know, there's
It's
nothing
a
wrong
thoroughly,
with you. It's a miracle.
Sir,
can't
1 minute.
fix.
Sir, Mr. Hilali, I wish you were serious tonight. I wish you had your facts with you tonight. I wish you were ready to argue rationally, because then I would have liked to engage you on fact. What we have presented
be
to you from the
serious.
Indian
You're
side tonight are
jokers.
facts which
You're
prove that,
pretending
there was a
you're
premeditated move by
What
your
are you
government to
saying?
call off the
You don't
talks.
want peace.
You
don't want us to meet.
Sir, you
don't
called
want
off the
ambassadors
talks.
to be
You
in each
planned the
other's
calling off
country.
of the talks,
What
Mr.
are
Hilali.
you doing? This total, complete,
You planned-
sensible jingoism.
Sir, you
get out of that groove.
Sir, you can get out, Mr. Hilali, of that kind of, mirage which you are living in, because the facts prove tonight, and Mr. Patsati can follow up if you care to hear to your former, diplomatic colleague, Mr. Patsati. Fact is that in May, the Hurriyat was begging Nawaz Sharif for a meeting. We have on record what at that point of time Ayaz Akbar said, what Shahidul Islam of the Hurriyat conference said, and what Mirwais Umar Farooq said. They were begging Nawaz Sharif for a meeting. Begging him, and he said no. Second point, Mr. Patsati, we warned them not to meet and they met. Third point, Mr. Patsati, the timing of the meeting. Fourth, where was the pressure to meet the Hurriyat coming from Imran Khan the last time Nawaz Sharif was here? Because the moment Nawaz Sharif landed back, that was the one question which Imran Khan asked, why did you not meet the Hurriyat? Does it not add up, Mr. Patsati?
I hope Zafar will give me time. I have listened to him, and do give him as much time as he wants. No, there is a basic fact. The basic fact is that before Mr. Nawaz Sharif came here, we told him, look, this is the occasion for a new government assuming office, and we do not want any bad vibes, so we would not appreciate your meeting with any separatists here. He abided by our wishes, and I do believe that he is committed to improving relations. Now, yesterday I was talking to Najam Sethi and Ambassador Aziz Khan, and both admitted that his decision not to meet the Hurriyat, both of them admitted this on Indian television, had led to intense criticism of him by his opponents, and he was now feeling the heat given the circumstances of the movement which has reached Islamabad. This is the reality of what Pakistani friends said yesterday, and I respect both of those gentlemen. Now, therefore, I think what has happened is there has been a misreading, perhaps by whoever in Islamabad, that the Modi government would be as laid back on these issues as the past government was. And they're not. That message should have been clear when this was specifically conveyed to Mr. Nawaz Sharif. Now, they chose to go ahead with this. The second point is, what the High Commissioner did is unprecedented. When visitors from Pakistan come, yes, they meet with the Hurriyat. The High Commissioner meets them at cocktail parties, calls them to the Independence Day, Pakistan's Independence Day, and so on. But this is the first time that we've had a Pakistan High Commissioner who announces that he is calling them to take their views into consideration for the forthcoming Foreign Secretary level talks.
After refusing to meet them?
No, just a minute. At that stage, the Foreign Secretary calls him and advises against the meeting. Now, he chooses to go ahead. Now, in these circumstances, I think the government made it clear that if you disregard as a High Commissioner, the advice of the Foreign Secretary, which is conveyed in all seriousness, there is a change between what happened when Mr. Nawaz Sharif came and what's happening now. The talks stand cancelled. Now, the question which Maruf raised under the Vienna Convention, let me say that in 2003, the Pakistan Deputy High Commissioner Jalil Abbas Jilani was expelled after our spooks found that he had passed on money to a Hurriyat contact of his, and she got caught just outside the High Commission. Jilani, along with 3 others, were expelled. So the Pakistani contacts with the Hurriyat has several dimensions. The other dimensions I do not wish to go in here. And all I'm just trying to say is that in these circumstances, with this present government, I would urge a certain measure of caution, because, people who live in grass houses should not throw stones. Suppose the Indian diplomatic establishment starts contacts with the Baluch Liberation Army,
Exactly.
the Tehreek-e-Taliban-e-Pakistan,
Precisely.
and the Sindh Awami Tehreek. I'm sure it wouldn't be appreciated. I wouldn't like to do it, but suppose it happens.
Suppose
I'm
it
just
happens, Mr. Hilali. Now there are just 3 questions, and I hope Mr. Hilali at this point of the debate gets a little more rational. But before that, I'd like to go to Barrister Zafarullah Khan. The fact that Mr. Hilali has been quiet for the last couple of minutes and heard Mr. Party.
No, I think I must say.
I think it's an admission that he agrees with your argument.
I must say, Zafar has always been kind. He's never interrupted me.
I agree.
I've never interrupted
I
him.
agree. Yeah, I agree. But that's not the point. Mr. Hilali only listens so patiently when he's convinced of the argument, which in this case, I'm glad he is. Before I go back to him, Barrister Zafarullah Khan. Barrister Zafarullah Khan, 3 points come out.
welcome here.
No, 3 points come out, Barrister.
Yes.
One, did Nawaz Sharif did what's
Mr. Patrasati deserves
Mr. Hilali,
to be
just
heard.
Mr. Hilali, 1 minute.
He deserves to be heard
Sure.
with respect.
Sure.
and
Barrister
uninterruptedly.
Zafarullah Khan,
And he will
therefore we have
always get
proven
that from us.
No,
because
therefore
he gives us the same.
No, fine. Just
You,
1 minute.
on the other hand,
Let me
don't
take-
deserve an iota.
Thank you. I'd like to get our guest
proposition,
from
I'm
Lahore.
sorry.
Barrister, therefore we have proven on the News Hour tonight that Pakistan simply used the Hurriyat to deliberately sabotage the talks as a last-minute attempt by Nawaz Sharif to look good in the eyes of the Pakistani people. If he did not do that, then Nawaz Sharif would say you've sold out to the Indians.